Hi guys, it's Nolan here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And yesterday I went to go see singer Gary Numan in concert, and I just want to say it was really, 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 very, very fun. So the place I went to go see him was very, very small, and or not very, very small. It was kind of medium sized to bigish, honestly. Like size wise, and actually there were no seats, so you had to stand up. So, and it was very, very crowded, so lots and lots of people. And basically, what he did was the kind of stuff he played were, excuse me, was he played a lot of his all of his like newer stuff. So basically, in 20, he played all of his like newer new stuff. So from like the I think around the 2010s and 2020s, I believe. I think it was a lot of stuff from that era. And basically actually if you guys don't know, in 2021 he made an album called Intruder. If you guys are familiar with that album, and I actually do not have that album. I do not know much about that album, but I think that album came out on, or it's definitely that album is definitely on CD, and it's also on vinyl too. So, if you get that out, and that album is actually a really, really well known album by him. But yeah, that album came out in 2021. So, if you guys are familiar with that album, so basically that's the kind of, I think he played I think he played some stuff from that album, because that album's like might be his last album, or it is one of his newest ones, his ones that just released in the last few years, in the last couple of years. So basically, that's the kind of stuff he played, and he actually did play two old songs. He played the song "Metal" and "Cars." Those that were off of the album, his 1979 album, The Pleasure Principle. And basically those were actually his two older songs, and that he played. And actually those were the only two older songs he played. And basically, pretty much a pretty quarter, all of his stuff was new, his new stuff. And also, what it was like was, it was actually not exactly like a Kraftwerk concert. I thought it was gonna be a lot like seeing Kraftwerk in concert, but no, it was actually not at all like a Kraftwerk concert. Yeah, it was actually more like a heavy metal concert, or it was almost as loud as like a heavy metal concert. Uh, it kind of the intro to the concert kind of started off like a heavy metal concert, and then basically the whole concert was almost kind of like a heavy metal concert. Honestly, it was almost as loud as a heavy metal concert, but I liked it. Honestly, I enjoyed the music. It was really, really fun, and honestly, he didn't play too late. I mainly there were like two other bands in between him. I only just stayed for Gary Newman. He ended about I at I think about 9 or 9:05 p.m., and then I came home and went to bed at around, like, I think after 10 or so. I think before 11. So basically, yeah, and honestly, it didn't go for too long, which was really nice. And so basically, yeah, it was actually a little bit, it was actually a tiny bit, it sounded a little bit like actually a heavy metal band concert, like Judas Priest or something like that. Or it sounded a little bit like Judas Priest, to be honest with you guys. So, actually, that is actually pretty much it for talking. I am actually going to show you guys some clips from the concert, and then I'm going to come back and do a outro. So, without any further ado, I'm going to show you guys the clips. So, was all the concert footage, but yeah, like I said at the beginning, it didn't really look like a Kraftwerk concert. Honestly, his concert from the early 80s, it was from 1981. It was not in Europe, it was in the United Kingdom in London. That honestly looked more like a Kraftwerk concert. It looked more like Kraftwerk. But anyway, that's all the footage I have from the concert, and that is actually pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.